In this video I'll show you how to create your first Neptus plugin. It's going to be a very simple plugin. The only thing that it does is detects when it's initialized and when it's being cleaned out of the memory. So in Neptus, all plugins are packaged in a different source folder. So in the Neptus project you see several source folders. The source folder is the core source folder for Neptus, so all core classes go there. And then you see a list of different plugins, each of them in a different source folder, and all of the plugin source folder are inside the plugins/dev directory. So to create a plugin, you can add a new source folder to the project and should be inside plugins dev directory. Now any name you want to call it, for instance my plugin, and hit finish. So there's now a new source folder here. It's reindexing the project. In order to be a valid plugin, you can look into other plugins that exist. So you should create your own package. The package should be unique to avoid collisions with other plugins developed in the past or in the future, and should also have plugins.lst text file that lists the extensions that you have in your plugin. So let's start by creating a package. So you can call it anything that is related to you. For instance, I will put in info.zpinto.myplugin. This makes the plugin unique because this is my domain name, and then this is the name of the plugin I'm creating. So hit finish, a new package is there, but it's now empty. And now create classes. So let's create a new class, and depending on the type of class that you create, different type of plugin will be added. So I'll start by creating an interaction, which is a plugin that allows the user to change the way the user interacts with the map in the console. So let's call it my first interaction, and the superclass for this plugin will be simple renderer, and if you hit Control Space, this will help you finding the class that you want to extend, and you want to extend this class simple render interaction inside this package. Then I recommend you to check the add constructors from superclass and also check add the inherited abstract methods. Hit finish, and your plugin skeleton is created for you. And now, in order for this to be a valid plugin, the only thing that's missing is an annotation in the beginning of the class. So you should add an annotation plugin description. This is a special annotation that describes a plugin, and you describe it by adding several annotation parameters. So for instance, you can add the author. So I'm the author and I'm Jose. Also, you can put the category of your plugin. So the category can be something like communications, interface, planning, unsorted, web publishing, etc. So let's go into unsorted for now. And one important is the name of your plugin. So let's call it my first interaction. And that's it for now. So apart from the name, all the parameters are optional, so we'll leave it like that. So this is already a valid plugin, but it's a very dummy plugin because it doesn't do anything. So what I'm gonna do is on the init subpanel I will print something to the console, so system.out.println, my interaction was initialized, and on the clean subpanel, which is the method that is called when your plugin is being taken out of memory, you can do something similar. My interaction was destructed. Okay, so this is already a valid plugin, doesn't do nothing special. So since you have a plugin, you should add it to your list of plugins inside your plugin source folder. So let's create that file, new file. The name of the file is plugins.lst for list. And now just add the full name of your new extension. So in this case, you put in the package info.zpinto.myPlugin, and then the name of the class, my first interaction. Okay, so if there aren't any typos, you can run Neptus using the class Neptus main, as shown in the last video. And now you can add your plugin to a console. So let's start a recently opened console. It will start with default configuration, so your plugin won't be there. Okay, there we go. And if you go into advanced enable layout edition, there is a new combo box when you enable layout edition, and from this combo box you see the list of all existing plugins. So your new plugin should also be here under the M. So my first interaction, that's the name of the plugin we just created. And in order to add this plugin to the console, you should click anywhere on the console after selecting in the combo box. So if you click here, I don't know if you noticed, but there is a new button on this toolbar now. Let me just exit from layout edition. So there is a new button, and the button is my first interaction. So in the case of the class that we are extending, which is simple render interaction, as soon as you add this object, this plugin to the console, a new button is added to the map toolbar, and whenever you select that button, that interaction, then you take over the control of the map. So right now this is your interaction, and if you would change the events, so for instance the handlers for mouse clicks and mouse movement, you could if you wanted. So one thing that we added to our plugin, right now we just have the normal interaction because our plugin doesn't change anything, but we also added something printing out to the console. And here we see a line in the console. In Eclipse, all console text goes into this console, and you see here my interaction was initialized. So let's save this console now with our plugin, save console, and let's close it. So it's cleaning a lot of panels, and right before cleaning the plugin my first interaction, you also see the text that we added, which is my interaction was destructed. So there you go, you created a very simple plugin that doesn't do much, but it's your first Neptus plugin.